It's our anniversary. How that song go? I done forgot.
Like that, I think. I just know that
It's
it's our
our
anniversary part.
anniversary. Anniversary. Anyways.
Here we go, yeah, we're trying to lighten your load. I know this week was tough, the devil put on the show, but oh, what he didn't know, yeah, God is on your side, and for this moment you were chose.
Take that.
We tough, yeah, but we tough. Made for this, who, we, us. So walk around with your mean mug, or sit back and kick your feet up. Heart is heavy, but the love is steady. Turn the volume up and get ready, cause the show is about to begin. Welcome everybody to 3-Day Weekend.
Welcome to the final episode of season 1. This is the season finale of 3-Day Weekend. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Mike Love coming to you once again. Shanika, guess what?
What?
We've been married 1 year.
1 year.
Officially. Actually 1 year and 1 day now, because our anniversary was actually yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we made it.
We made it. We made it.
We made it. Nah, but let's just start right here. How do you think the first year of marriage went?
I think it went good.
How was our first year of marriage in your eyes?
I think our first year of marriage overall was great. I think,
All things considering.
yeah.
We had an unusual first year of marriage.
Yes.
The pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So with the pandemic, we were together like a lot because it wasn't like you could do nothing else, you know. So all
Right.
our time we were together outside of work, and
How long does the honeymoon phase last?
I don't know.
Because I think ours was extended because we was together every day.
I don't think it's like months. I think sometimes people
It's like
say
years?
your honeymoon is maybe like the first year or two.
Oh, okay.
I don't
My
know
bad.
though.
Okay.
I ain't never been married before.
Right. Me neither. Me neither.
But no, I think overall the first year was really good. As with anything, nothing is gonna be like, perfect.
Right.
We had ups, downs, we argued, we made up. We made up. I mean, I think it was good.
I would say so too. Let's backtrack a little bit, because I'm going to answer that question, but I want to backtrack a little bit. I feel like we were set up for success. And the reason I say that is because we went through premarital counseling.
Yeah.
And I would advise any couple that is getting ready to go through the marriage process or thinking about getting married, I think you should most definitely go through premarital counseling,
Yeah, most definitely.
because it prepares you to what is to come.
Yeah.
You talk about a lot of things that as a single person you're not really fazed with.
Yeah.
One of the things that they talked about in our marriage counseling that I took and ran with from the first day is you have to become totally selfless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making decisions and choices that only affect me now.
Yeah.
I gotta understand that, okay, you have a wife now, and every choice and decision that you make is not only going to affect you, it's going to affect her as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep that in mind. So you're not operating like you used to, or you've been operating your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about Mike no more. It's about you and your wife.
Yeah.
And I took that to heart.
You did.
And I felt like every choice, and I kept it at the front of my mind, like every choice, everything, I was like, okay, how is this going to affect me and my wife? How is this going to affect our future? Is it worth this? Is it worth all of that? I just started living with that at the front of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that cut out a lot of potential problems that we probably could have faced if I was still operating in Mike Love mode, or
Mm-hmm.
that is something that was truly valuable that I probably never would have gotten that information had we not go
Going
through
to premarital counseling. Yeah,
counseling.
I think it was a really good idea to do. Like you said, I think one should go.
Yeah, we had some tough sessions.
Conversations,
Yeah,
yeah.
some tough conversations and stuff like that. But it was good for us because a lot of times when you're in a relationship with someone, you may think you know that person, or you may think you know how that person is thinking, and you probably think that you know how that person will handle something, but you won't know until you allow that person to actually express how they truly feel.
Yeah, to
And how
express
they
themselves.
exactly. And that was something that you felt that I didn't necessarily do early on in our relationship. You kind of thought that I just assumed, or not necessarily assumed, but
Were you thinking certain things, like you said, because you know a person? Just you can know a person, that doesn't mean you know their every reaction, or their every move. You know a person, but you don't always know. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying in general. You don't always know how they're going to specifically react. And I think by putting up a kind of wall or something, by saying, well, oh, I know them. I notice what you're thinking, or I notice what is going on, when it's may not even be the case. But because someone thinks they know, it's like it'll shut the other person out because you don't necessarily know.
right, true. Also, with doing that, you're allowing that person to share their feelings in a way that they actually feel like you're listening, and that you can truly understand where they come from. Because I'm not going to front. When we were having these sessions, before we were having these sessions, we'll have conversations, and I'm like, okay, she's telling me this stuff, but this is not necessarily going to change how I feel, which is fine. But I think the way that I was handling it caused friction, and it made you feel like I'm not listening. And so going through premarital counseling and you actually being able to express your feelings, that opened me up to, okay, I don't want her to feel like I'm not listening. I don't want her to feel like she's not important to me, or that I don't care about the things that she care about. So I had to adjust how I was operating in those situations. So.
And I think everyone wants to feel like they're heard and understood.
Right.
Any type of relationship, a marriage, a friendship. I think it's important, not saying that you necessarily agree, because in life you can agree to disagree, but you may understand, or you may hear someone else's perspective and understand why they thought something or reacted away because of what their perspective was. And I think people get in trouble sometimes with really basing things off of their feeling. They felt this type of thing when the person that may not be someone's intent, but because you felt that, you can't step outside yourself to understand where someone else is coming from, because you're stuck on, I felt like this, so I'm gonna react like this, and not necessarily even hear what the other person is trying to say or what they're trying to tell you. Because in general, a lot of times no one has conversations where everything comes out perfect. Sometimes stuff is delivered wrong, or not in the best way, but the intent may be something different. And I think that's where we both, stepped outside of ourselves because we were trying to understand the other person.
I think what we're really getting to is that communication is the key.
Most definitely.
One of my friends, he hit me up on IG. Shout out to 3 Day Weekend. Or follow us on Instagram at 3 Day Weekend. One of my friends hit me up on IG and sent me a message because, the other day I posted all of those videos and pictures of our anniversary, just celebrating us. And he hit me up and he was like, yo, man, I'm getting married next week. You got any advice that you can give me? And I kind of sat there for a minute because I'm still new to this.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been married a year, but we still learning as we go.
We learn in marriage. We've been married a year.
Every person's relationship is not the same.
Yeah.
Our relationship is not the same as his relationship. I can't tell him how to deal with his wife or soon to be wife because she's not the same as you. So I kind of struggle with telling him what advice I could truly give him. But now us having this conversation right now, I think communication will be on the top priority. Actually, actually what I told him was the best advice I really could give you is keeping God first.
Yeah.
You know, and because if you keep him at the center of your relationship, then you're allowing him to work in y'all lives and you're allowing him to guide y'all.
Yeah.
And so that was actually the first thing I told him. But I think next would be communication. Communication is key. We just talked about it right here. You got to learn how to communicate in a way that is productive or that
the other person is going to respond to.
Exactly. If you're communicating in the wrong way, it can cause problems and issues.
And another thing I'll say is we talked about it some, but not necessarily assuming what another person is thinking or something. I know for myself sometimes.
But that go with communication.
Yeah, it does. It does. And expressing yourself. So I know a lot of times I'll think, oh, well, I'm assuming something that may not necessarily even be true, but then won't ask.
Your mind playing tricks on you.
May not necessarily ask if this was, what's going on, but you'll just assume.
Right.
So, yeah, communication is big.
So, kind of looking back on our first year of marriage, I will say that we had a pretty good year.
Yeah, I think so.
I can go back and you remember we talked about last week looking at the film of 2020. I mean, if we was to look at our film for this last year, I mean, there are some things that we could have did differently and stuff like that. But overall, I will say that we had a pretty good year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think we had a great first year, and that's not to say it wasn't without, issues or things arising, but overall, I think it was a great first year. And I mentioned that we've been together almost 9 years, but we didn't live together. So
right.
I think kind of one of the things that brought up maybe some arguments in the first year is being in each other's space all the time. Like before, I'm an only child, so I would be by myself, whatever. I'll be by myself and in my apartment. I lived alone, and it's different when someone is in your space all the time, because most people wouldn't. I know myself, I have routines. Like, I do certain stuff, I like certain stuff a certain way. Like, you have a routine that you get in, and it's different when you're living with someone.
So let me ask you this. I ain't gonna go there. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna ask you, do you suggest people live with each other before they get married? But I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there, man. That's gonna open up a
whole nother thing.
But to review the film, I've enjoyed this first year of marriage. I feel like we have so many more years of loving and
I think even though the post I did, 2020 was a lot of things to a lot of people, but I think one of what worked out in our favor was the pandemic. Like, we spent a lot of time together, spending time with somebody, getting to know somebody like on a deeper level.
Yeah, that's something that truly happened, is because we didn't live together, and so I started seeing different sides of Shanika that I ain't really like. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So yesterday we celebrated our 1 year
first anniversary.
We celebrated our first anniversary. I was told by my mentors that I had to get like a real nice gift for first year anniversary. And I'm like, man, we just had Christmas. I done got her everything that she wanted. I mean, like, now I gotta turn around and give her something else. It's like, bruh, like, but one thing about you is you gonna always want something.
What did you say? Oh, what did they say? One of the love languages is gifts.
Yeah, that's definitely. So I can't ever go wrong. It's pretty easy, but I was just like, man, come on, man. And so I asked Shanique, I said, man, what you want? And so she told me she wanted like a little gift from Pandora or something like that. A charm bracelet. So say, look, you gonna get something different. You gonna get something else this year. What did I do for you? Go ahead and share with the people. What?
Well, you sent me flowers to my job and Tiff's treats to my job.
I did. Go ahead.
You made really nice posts about our first year marriage.
Yeah, I went all out.
It was very, very nice. Very special.
We actually spent our anniversary in Lake Charles.
Yeah.
And that was our first time being in Lake Charles. We went to the casino and stuff. And I won a few dollars.
We had a really nice room.
Yeah. But anyway, so I go all out for her, you know what I'm saying? Get her the gift, you know what I'm saying? Get her flowers, give her cookies and all of that stuff. And so we exchanged gifts like later that night. And so I give her stuff or whatever, and she, oh, thank you. And and so it was my turn to get my gift. And so she hands me a card, and I'm like, what? Is it something else? Is this it? All that I done did for you? But anyway, so she hands me the card, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me open it up. And I already knew what it was because that was it. I opened it up, it's some money in it. And I'm like, really? That's the best you could do?
That is so no.
I'm like, dog, money, really? Let me tell you.
Give him the backstory of why you got money.
I'll give you the backstory after I tell you this. It's like you giving me money is like, right, you know, that money gonna go to one or two places. Either I'm get you something or it's gonna be something towards the house. So to me, you giving me money is like, okay, man.
No, so tell him why I gave you.
I wanted a thoughtful gift.
Well,
think about how thoughtful I was.
It was very thoughtful. It was very thoughtful. But understand too, I told you I wanted a Pandora bracelet. A charm bracelet. Now you did. You put some thought into it with the charms and different things in there.
Right, I did.
So the backstory on why you got money, because you taking too long to get to the point and saying like, oh, I just gave you money because I didn't go out and get a gift. No, we have been talking about for months.
Lazy love.
Please. We have been talking about for months what you wanted. And did you come up with anything? Like anything? What did you tell me? Our last discussion of it was you got everything that you want. Like there was nothing.
Okay. I ain't gonna front. I did tell you
for
that.
months though. Like it's not like and even with that, because I didn't want to give you money. I went to stores, like I went places trying to find you something, but it was nothing. Like everything that you have asked for, you have.
Right, that's true. It go. What's that saying? They say, "What do you get a man that
has everything?" Like you have. There was nothing that you came up with besides a truck.
I ain't gonna front.
And a dog.
I want that French. I want a French bulldog. But anyway,
yes.
I was definitely struggling trying to figure out what gift idea I could give you because I felt.
And even before that, so even in Lake Charles, when we were looking for something, you was like, well, this could be my gift for something because I know you ain't got me nothing because there's nothing that I want.
What was it though?
We were looking at some shoes or something that you saw.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, well, if you didn't got me something, it's probably something that I don't want because I didn't want nothing. Okay.
I did say that. You're right. Yeah, I definitely was struggling. I couldn't really find. I was even researching gifts online. Like, you know how you could go onto a website and say gifts for him and gifts for her.
If you look the thing
normally,
the first year say paper, so you got paper money.
I did see that. But I was like, okay,
I didn't say I wanted paper. I didn't say I wanted that.
Had I given you some paper, it would have been.
Yeah, I don't want no paper.
Grand opening, grand closing.
I didn't say I wanted no paper. I'm just saying you was looking stuff up. It say paper.
It would have been a tough second year going into year 2, bro. No, but I was actually like going on websites. Normally, when you're looking up gifts for your significant other, you could go like, okay, gifts for her. But I was on gifts for him, trying to get some gift ideas for myself. But
nothing. You came up with nothing.
All right. Well, the moral of this story is
ask for what you want.
put more thought in these gifts.
Well, that was the intent, was to put thought into it, but there was nothing that you wanted. And my whole thought about the money was, I figured there's gonna be something that comes up that eventually you'll say, oh, I want this, and that can be for the anniversary. Like, there you go, you already got the money for it.
You know what's cold though? Now I'm not getting another gift until my birthday.
Well, you better think of something you want for your birthday. No, you got Valentine's Day.
Oh, man, look, listen.
We got a lot of things together. We got a lot of things together. It's Christmas, December, our anniversary, January, Valentine's, February, my birthday, March. It's like back to back for 4 months.
That's too much.
No. Well, think of something for Valentine's Day.
You give me a Father's Day gift then.
No.
Them twins.
It's negative. I don't know what is wrong with you.
I'm going to speak it.
And I'm going to block it. Negative.
All right, so year 1 is officially done.
A wrap.
We're entering in year 2.
Terrific twos.
Is it terrible twos? Does it work? Like, you know how they had the kids. Well, you know how they had the kids. Twos. You know how they had kids and they say terrible two when they turn 2. Is that the same with marriage?
I don't know.
I hope not. I hope not. So what are some goals that we have for our second year of marriage? Can I start?
Sure.
Twins.
Oh, God. Well, X that. Cross that scratch.
No, but seriously, what are some goals or what are some things that we can better in our marriage going into year 2?
Something we can better. Like we talked about, keeping God first in the center of our marriage, like becoming more spiritual. I do think we need to find a church to go to.
Definitely. You know what we used to do leading up to our marriage? We used to pray.
Yeah.
And didn't we do like a devotional too?
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that no more.
No, we haven't done it. Well, what we were doing, I think we were doing a fast or something like leading right up to our marriage.
Right. So we got to
we could do something like that. We definitely got to.
Definitely got to work. Days. We definitely got to work on our spiritual relationship growth.
Mm-hmm.
Because our goal is to have a kingdom marriage.
Yeah.
We want our marriage to be an example, a good example of a kingdom marriage God intended for us to have.
Yeah. I think and I don't know if you want to count this. I think a goal is always to improve communication. That should be ongoing.
Absolutely. We got to get back fit.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm with you on that.
We got to get back fit. Well, you going to be struggling because you're going to have a big belly.
Oh, here you go. I don't know.
But I get back in shape for the both of us. For the 4 of us.
Ain't no 4. It's 1, 2. 2 of us. If y'all can't tell, Michael has like baby fever or something.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not.
'Cause I waited my whole life for this moment to arrive.
And for whatever reason.
Finally, I believe. Shout out to Fantasia.
And for whatever reason, he's stuck on twins, and I want no parts of
that. I think my mama and my sister or somebody got me on that. I ain't never want no twins or nothing like that. So I don't know where that came from.
And twins,
I was just thinking like, okay, I'm thinking bam, bam, get it done. We good. You ain't got to go through another pregnancy and stuff like that because
ain't no telling. You know,
over here having anxiety crap about getting pregnant.
Ain't no telling, honey. Yeah, and twins run in my family, and it's the boys. All the boys have twins, and I don't want no parts of that.
All right. The season finale, episode 7, the anniversary episode. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said last week, we got a lot of exciting things coming for the 3-day weekend podcast. Just stay with us. Stay tuned. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Share the podcast. We appreciate all the love and we appreciate you tuning in each and every time we have a new episode. So we got some exciting things coming forward in the near future. We're going to take a little break just to kind of set things in place for season 2, and we're going to come back better. We're going to come back stronger.
We're coming back even better.
We thank y'all, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all.